All right, everybody, welcome back to the Nerd Convergence. I am joined today by Dairy Queen. Uh, no, I'm with Bear and Will today.
Hello.
Bear and
Hi.
Mortain, and we have a subject that I was, you would think it would be our first subject, but it wasn't. We're finally heading over to Star Wars. Reason why we're doing it now, something that'll be coming to the channel in the future is the channel and maybe some potential streams down the line. Um, we're running basically a galactic conquest campaign. I've been spending so much time working on these rules on how to make this work. It's going to be combining Legion and Armada, and we're going to be when I get back home in a couple of about a week from now, actually. I'm going to be getting on a plane and flying my ass home. We're going to be filming our what's the word?
Introductory battle?
Introductory battle. It's going to go over all the different scenarios, and as we go along in the campaign, we're going to have guests. Um, we're going to have special units, things like that. But I've been looking forward to it for such a long time. We wanted to start it um, about March this year. A lot of shit happened.
And that it did.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
about the best way we can put it.
a lot of shit happened. And where I'm beyond excited to start it, and it's actually going to be myself and Space Manager Josh versus the other two in this call.
Hi.
Hello.
So what guys are let's kind of give a little bit of a layout. What are your guys' forces?
I am the
I
C.
am.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
sorry, you go first.
We both apologize. I am the Confederation of Independent Systems, better known as the Droid Army.
He's a dirty clanker.
I am the Clankers.
Clanker. What was your have you guys decided who was going to be your supreme commander?
For sure, we agreed it was Lord High Ground.
Oh
I
no.
I don't know if we actually ever agreed on one.
No, I don't think we actually ever did.
No, I don't think we've really even talked about it.
But I feel like Lord High Ground is the best option because he's
He,
more strategic minded than Grievous.
I mean, he's pretty good, yeah. And I would say that he's better than Grievous, at
Though
least
to
on the
be fair,
ground.
Kalani and Kraken are coming out.
They are,
Well,
yes.
not to be like not to pull a will card here, but do you think you would really be the great uniter between your two factions?
I could see Lord High Ground do it. I could see Obi-Wan Kenobi doing that.
I could see Dooku talking the rebels into something.
Personally, I could see Dooku more. I'm not choosing for you guys. I'm just,
I'm not
I'm
choosing
just
for you, but I'm agreeing with your other person.
If we wanted to go Dooku, then yeah, let's go Dooku.
mine is kind of set. It has to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's let's go
yeah.
for Papa Palpatine.
Go
It,
for Papa Palpatine.
so what's happening there is that Josh is a mix of Imperial and Republic because he's obviously Darth Vader and the 501st.
And I'm Palpatine, so technically I could use everything but what the rebellion has. But
Yeah, Zim is Emperor Palpatine and the proper Empire. So
I am the rebels with a tiny bit of clones mixed in.
yeah,
yep.
Kodiak is essentially the rebels in the 212th Attack Battalion who were not swayed into Order 66. They actually followed Kenobi in this timeline.
Because magic.
Because charisma.
Because
Yeah,
charisma,
charisma.
Lord High Ground was like, "Don't you
He
dare."
succeeded on his charisma check.
Lord High Ground was just like, "Don't you dare." So, yeah, that is kind of how we're laid out.
I mean, aside from running Wookiees all the time, I assume Kodiak will run some rebels.
Oh yeah, probably gonna. I mean, depends on what I really have, but yeah.
And of course, all I have are droid forces. So,
Also, the new Wookiees that are coming out are brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for the dwarf spider droid.
Mm. No.
All I hear is sadness and ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, if anybody is watching this live on Twitch, or you're watching the VOD of this rather than just listening to it in the background, the gameplay that is playing right now, the reason it kind of switches qualities every now and again is because it's one of our previously recorded streams. So every now and again
Okay.
it adjusts itself because it's on automatic quality. I should actually probably change that quick.
Yeah,
Yep.
God, why didn't you change that already?
So I think we figured out our command structure. So our overall commander is Palpatine, and then each player has access to 3. I know that Josh has Vader as his overarching commander, and I have Thrawn as my overarching commander. For the ground, I have Callus. No, wait, no. I didn't choose Callus. I chose.
For the ground, I chose
Bosk.
Callus.
No, for the ground, I chose Bosk.
I
don't know who Josh picked.
I don't know either for ground. I know for space he's running Tarkin.
Which one?
Yes.
It's a legitimate question because there's 2 of them.
Yes.
see my problem for
I
picking
just answered your question.
my problem for picking a space commander is that I was going to pick Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't know who to put as that. Which I suppose I could take Kraken, because Kraken is a good admiral.
Right.
But I guess it would have to be
If you
Kraken
land
at that
Kraken,
point.
you get Kalani.
I guess it would have to be Kraken since another part of this topic that we should definitely go into in a little bit.
Well, I mean, you could always have Grievous as your admiral, and then pick one of the separatist ground leaders, somebody else.
Yeah, so let me pick the T-Series tactical droid.
You could have Cad Bane down there.
Yes, let me pick the T-Series tactical droid.
Or Darth Maul.
Let me pick the T-Series tactical droid.
We
But
get
you
it.
those.
I know it's
We
not
get it. Now shut the fuck
it's
up.
not a limited
You
character.
don't want-
I know.
You don't want somebody with a few more lives than one.
No, I would probably put Grievous as the ground commander. Because, I mean, that's who would be.
Yeah, because Josh chose who I was going to choose as my space admiral, and he wanted to use him. I ended up with Mahdi. So.
But Mahdi is, again, one of the best Imperial admirals.
Yeah, it's not going to compare to Kodiak Stodana.
Donna is just good.
He's busted good.
Oh, look, I scored a crit. Hey, look. You can't move now.
Oh yeah, technically you could take Admiral Akbar. Will. I mean, you can take any of the leaders on your side.
Right, and I have the Mon Cala stuff.
Well, you have all the stuff.
So are so tender and flaky.
Whips them up for you and me. To pass them up is a big mistakey. Yeah. Big mistakey. That's the
I
best
should
you
list
got.
out who I have for my stuff.
Yeah, you should.
So my overall commander is Obi-Wan Kenobi. My space commander, as he just said, is General Dodonna, and ground commander is Luke Skywalker.
Shit.
Oh, right. So there's an overall and a supreme. They're 2 different things, right?
Right, the supreme
Yes.
commander is like the commander of the faction. The overall is commander of your side of the faction.
Okay, well then the
Yes.
overall would be Grievous. Because Grievous.
Oh, okay.
And then
I don't feel like that's a match made in heaven, but you know.
and then the ground commander would be Maul. Yeah, the ground commander would be Maul at that point.
Personally, I feel like Luke would be a better overall. I mean, you get to use them wherever you need them.
Yeah. I know that Grievous has a ship, though. Or Luke does too, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Luke's got his X-Wing.
Yeah, the one that just ignores shields.
Beep.
Yeah. Yeah, to put it in perspective, I have such a hard time dealing with Luke Skywalker that I couldn't even stop him with 3 TX-130s.
Hi.
I couldn't. So I'm going to need like 5 ATSTs.
Just remember that you can stomp for 4 red.
That's not going to help when he's cutting through my men.
Well, you just get the ATSTs all around him and just start stomping.
Dude,
Be
Luke
quiet
is so good. And in terms of the campaign mechanics, the reason why I'm reeling over this, I'm going Bearlord Reeve. If in a space battle over an invasion, he lands Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing, Luke Skywalker comes into the game with no infringement upon your total point value you're using, and
which
with
means I
full
can bring
upgrades.
Operative Luke, which is much better than Commander Luke.
Yeah, he can do that.
So, one of the house rules that we have set in place, which Zim just kind of briefly glanced over just now, is that if you land a hero in their fighter or whatever their craft that they use to get to the planet, then you get them for free. Any upgrades attached to them are also free and don't count towards your point value for that fight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They will probably I gotta update the rulings on if they're defeated in battle, they can't be used for like X many,
X many turns or whatever.
Yeah. A turn in the game, in the overall game, is going to be after 6 battles. Each turn you get allowed the movement of 2 armies. You can make as many armies as you want if you want to make your points thin. But yeah, that's kind of the premise we're going with it. Is you got to figure out how you want to conquer the galaxy. And I think it's what I think we're between 80 and 90 planets. What was your oh god, Kodiak?
I'm just looking at the Republic stuff, and I'm looking at the Wookiee Chieftain.
No, stop.
He has Obi-Wan Kenobi's weapon attack. He has an ATSD blast for his melee.
What?
It's 2 red, 2 black, 2 white.
What?
Yes, and he costs 100 points.
So, getting on
Yes,
back...
Agile 1, Charge, Duelist, Indomitable, and Scale. And he gets 4 black at range 1 to 3 with his bowcaster.
And he gets to have his
with Impact 1 and Pierce 1.
Oh.
So, going back to what I have previously said many times about them being biased towards the quote-unquote good guys.
Oh, we're fucked.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Kodiak's the only one who can do anything because I am quote-unquote bad guys.
Yeah, but you have like the best tank in the game.
I do have the AAT.
Yeah.
That is one of the things that I have, certainly.
I think I have the best flyer in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I have the best heavy vehicle. Kodiak has the best ship, I think.
Yes, he is the best, yes. No, I'm not
oddly
salty.
enough, I would say that you and Josh actually
not as salty
have...
as my fries.
Hey, oddly enough, I would actually say that you and Josh have the best bounty hunters, though.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Florida Man and Boba Fett, man.
Between Boba Fett and Bosk, they are very strong.
Bosk is like my go-to. I've grown to adore Bosk. We had a tournament before I left for like a heroes and villains sort of thing. You get to build your squad of heroes and villains, and you get a squad of special forces. I used Boss for the tournament, and he fucking annihilated. And then after that, I just started using him in my lists because it's just like, hey, he's basically a semi-immortal lizard that regenerates.
Yeah, Bosk is very good. So
And if you focus on him, you can kill him just like any other hero, except Luke Skywalker.
because Luke Skywalker
Hi.
can be like, hey, you can't fight me.
Hey, 3 tanks are gonna look at me. That's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, so Legion is much more balanced than some other games that we have played. It's not
Warhammer.
it's not any kind of like, oh, well, this faction just is the faction.
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Warhammer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. And even if there is a unit advantage, what this game is going to come down to is strategy.
And you're very good at strategy.
I do love strategy,
I love strategy games.
and this
as
is
well.
like my favorite type of strategy. But I'm also very terrified because you two play a lot of Total War.
I have
Yes,
played
hello.
a lot of strategy games in general. They're actually I would put strategy as tied for or my favorite game class. They're very good games.
I like strategy, but I like 4X and grand strategy, which is
I like RTS.
kind of self-evident. Yeah. RTS is like your guys' forte. I suck at RTS.
I like real-time strategy games like StarCraft or Age of Empires.
I suck at RTS for the sole reason that I don't know how to
Macro.
navigate quickly,
Uh
and
that's
my
fair.
brain doesn't like to think that quick.
Brain.exe has stopped working. Please restart.
Yeah, I'm more of a long-term or turn-based.
No, I love real-time strategy games. They are awesome, and they are making a resurgence as well.
Yes,
A
they
lot of
are.
the people who are leaving, I know that this isn't exactly on topic, but a lot of the people who are leaving like Activision Blizzard and which I am ashamed to say is still Activision Blizzard. And other stuff like that, they're congregating into these or conglomerating, sorry, into these smaller game studios that their focuses are going to be on RTS games because they want to see the games and they want to see good games.
Well, that's good too, and I'm looking forward to a lot of the new games coming out.
Yeah.
Like this is the first uh like winter release schedule for video games that I've looked forward to since Call of Duty Black Ops.
I am actually looking
Ooh.
forward to it as well because I'm looking forward to
That's been a while then.
looking forward to Age of
Uh-huh.
Empires 4, which is coming out in October.
Well, Halo Infinite is like the big one for me. And I'm gonna see if my cousin likes to do a lot of streaming, and he is a god at Halo. I remember when we were playing Reach. It was out for maybe a month, and we were all in high school. Reach was out. Well, my older brother was in high school. I think I was a freshman. I don't remember. I really don't. Anyway, it was out for like a month, and my cousin was already a mythic rank. He loves his Halo.
Yeah.
We had the Halo 5 release. That was out for 2 months, and then by the time I got to play with him, he was like rank 150, and I was just like, dude, please stop.
Chill.
Yeah.
Chill, my guy.
And he is so good at Halo.
I used to be good at Halo. I don't play it anymore though.
I did too, and then I was just like, I don't want to be competitive anymore.
I am actually pretty alright in general when it comes to shooters. Sorry, that was probably a
I
bit
have
far away.
I have dropped out of it so much.
I was just checking on how warm the air coming out of my computer was between running YouTube, running Twitch, running other YouTube.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna push your computer's limits yet.
Yeah, I don't want. Well, you say that. There are certain things where it's just like, oh, that's intense on the thing, really?
Well, yeah. So as we play this campaign and as we go forward, I think the advantage that you guys have, you definitely have a ground advantage.
That
No
we
doubt.
do.
The vehicles on the CIS side are great. The B2s are very good as troopers. I I would like
Depending
I
on
would
how you
like
use the
I would
B2s, they
like to
are
get the
amazing.
unit expansion for the B1s to make them even better.
Yeah, yeah. B1s aren't horrible.
They're only okay. I'm not very good at rolling low percentage dice.
This is evident.
So they're only okay. I
And I
much
can
prefer the
say with
B2s.
confidence that we have the space advantage.
Yes.
So we're the
Your
only
faction
faction.
definitely has a space advantage. Cough,
We're
cough.
the yeah, we're the only faction allowed to produce super ships.
Yeah, it's because you guys have the super ships. Hopefully Armada will... So, that is a nice segue into something that we need to address, which is the fact that Armada
The
has been
Armada ships.
postponed.
Yeah. They need to give you guys a Lucre Hulk or you aren't going to make it.
Well, no, Armada as a whole has been
I
put on
know.
hold.
I know. I know.
Which I... Now, the way that they
I
worded
don't
it...
I don't think it's like a forever
No,
thing.
no. The way that they
They
worded
just
it,
they
it
yeah.
sounds like they're going to pick it back up again in the future.
Yeah. They had so many releases.
It's on a temporary hiatus.
Yeah, they had so many releases between now and the start of winter last year. They had like it used to be maybe 2 releases a year.
Yeah,
We went
they
Onager, we
push...
went Starhawk, we went 4 expansions. No, 6, 7 expansions.
They pushed themselves a bit
Almost-
hard, and they realized this and took
to
a
release the
pause.
Clone Wars, yeah.
So that is completely okay. We are not going to get our super ships, me and Kodiak, although I kind of class the Starhawk as a super ship. Because it is...
It's a large.
Yeah, but it's the most ridiculous ship you can get for 140 points.
Oh god, yeah, that thing's awful to deal with.
So I kind of class that in its own
Hi.
right as a super ship, but
Kodiak, I'm gonna make you hate the interdictor by the end of this campaign.
Oh, I already hate the interdictor.
I'm gonna make you hate it more.
I don't think that's physically possible.
Yeah, it is.
But if we can, then good luck.
But anyways.
Imagine not being able to hit anything.
Oh, I know what the interdictor does. You don't have to remind
Imagine
me.
not being able to interdict because it can only interdict for other ships.
No. That's why you run like 5.
Sure. That's why we run like 10 ships. So that way you're out of charges.
Yeah. No. They don't care about themselves. They're only there for the aid of another greater ship.
The Eclipse.
Well, not really. We only got one of those.
Fair. And if that entire ship is a fleet.
But anyways.
Pretty much.
So yeah. Star Wars Armada is on a temporary hiatus. But that is okay. We have a lot of the models already.
I think we have outside of I
do want to pick up a couple of recusants if I can find them though. I know that Tony was supposed to get a couple in, but
yeah. If you don't find them, I've seen them out and about at stores up here. There's not a miniature market up here, but stores have them.
oh, okay. Yeah, because I do want a couple of Recusant class destroyers because those are the only ship that I don't have for the CIS.
I
And
know that
me, being
outside
me,
of
fought all the Republic ships.
you bought them all.
Yeah,
Didn't you have like an entire box of just ships?
maybe.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations set against me.
I'm glad you understand.
Here's nice day. No, for besides the um besides the rebel flotilla, we have all of the core uh factions ships, every single one of them. For Empire, we have all of them. For the Rebels, we're just missing the flotilla, and then we're
Which the
going
flotilla
into
has been surprisingly hard to find.
yeah,
I will
right.
say, I know that
Not a loss. We aren't using it.
I know that the droid ships are fairly new, but I do actually prefer playing as the Empire in space. I just really like the Simoon and the Onager.
The droid ships aren't bad.
They're not, no. I actually really like how the Providence plays. And it can bring a lot of fighters.
Even though the fact that in between carrier and destroyer, there's no fighter
Yeah,
difference.
there's no fighter difference between carrier and destroyer. I feel like they should have made destroyer carry like one less squadron or something. Or two less. Because it doesn't make sense to give it a different name if it's only because of the offensive retrofit.
Now, I will say this. Despite all the new fighters that came out, I'm still a massive fan of the TIE Defenders and the Decimators. There's just those ships are amazing for fighters.
I actually really like the TIE Interceptors just because
Oh no, the Interceptors are great.
For their point value, they are a great anti-fighter.
Oh yes, definitely. Because they get that counter 2 going, even you could miss your shot and then kill them with the counter.
Like they are awesome anti-fighters.
Now the new fighters, they have a lot of cohesion when they're together.
Yes.
And it seems like they're really hard to fight when they're together, which means flak is their worst enemy. And it'll be easier for them to play against Empire tactics. Like the Empire, it's better to break off a ship and then annihilate it. They do like more of a one at a time. The fighters don't, unless you're running like interceptors and Howl Runner, you don't get the swarm tactic that goes on.
And no, the droid, you're right, the droid fighters are very much we need to deathball.
Same with the Republic. All the Jedi are like, hey, look, I give bonuses to all the ships around me.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that there's still nothing as broken as Major Rhymer.
Major Rhymer is 1000% broken.
Oh yeah,
but he is still. I have respect for Major Rhymer being the only fighter pilot that can do that. Because like, obviously, if he is brought to a battle and dies, he is dead. Not big surprise.
He can't be an admiral. He can't be an officer.
No, he has to be.
He's
expendable.
just a hero.
So, yeah. So I have a certain level of respect for that. It's like
chances
if you
are,
bring
if you see him,
he is a target.
Yeah, chances are, if you see him, he'll just appear out of the fucking Eclipse. Rapid launch bays, bitch.
But yeah, like if he is on the,
I'm keeping him with the home defense force.
Yeah, and because it's one of those things, like there are certain units in Armada and in Legion especially that are just kill on sight units.
Yeah, it's kill on sight. And we've played a campaign like this before, particularly in Armada. We've never done one for Legion yet, because we've been fairly new to Legion.
The only thing that makes me sad is that I won't have access to the Victim Mortem.
Yeah, no, that's such a travesty. That ship should never again see the light of
How
day.
dare you?
I'm sad I won't get to use the
You
Bear's
get-
Den in an actual
Hold
battle.
on,
I
hold
hate
on,
it.
hold on. I want to make this point clear that you and Josh get a fucking homebrew ship that we don't.
What the?
The
No, we're gonna
Eclipse.
incorporate some
The
of the.
Eclipse. You guys get a homebrew ship and we don't.
Don't forget Josh can make
And Josh can
Bellators.
make Bellators.
Yeah, we're gonna be including some of the Republic ships if we get 3D models for them.
It would be
Yeah,
cool to see
definitely.
a Secutor, but
Yeah.
Can I then request a subjugator?
I don't see why not. That'd be fucking
I want a
awesome.
Maleficent.
Yeah, you want the
Or,
Malevolence?
sorry, Malevolence. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't a Disney character.
I want the Maleficent.
Yeah.
You know, Maleficent was a word before it was a character.
I'm aware.
But no, it's just like you rag on the Victim Mortem because yes, it's a kind of strong onager that if you surround it, it's dead, or get anywhere near it, it dies.
I've never killed it. I've never killed it surrounding it. I never
That's because
have.
I hyperspaced it because I had the card.
I have never killed my own creation.
It has died. I will say it has died.
Not to me.
Not to you, no. I think it was to Josh actually.
Yep.
But it has died. It is not invincible, and it is by no means the biggest and baddest ship we have ever come up with. Because the Eclipse exists.
That would be the Eclipse. Yeah. I mean, it has to be.
Yeah. But like,
It's literally a final boss.
it was a hero. It's a hero onager. It is a hero onager because I still have the card. It is a hero onager. It's got a little bit more health than a regular onager. I think it's got like what, 5 more health.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Yes,
right.
that is a little bit because it's a little ship. Huh.
No, it's a large
no, it's
ship.
Small ship. A large ship does not have 5 health. Anyway, and because it's a hero ship, like any of our hero ships that we made, it has more health. It's got more upgrades, and that is what it do. Otherwise, Otherwise, it is functionarily the ship that it is a title card for. So it doesn't change any of the mechanics. It doesn't change any of the firing angles. It does change the amount of dice on some of them. I know that it wasn't the Bear's Den that didn't change it. It was Josh's special ship. What was that one?
The Maw?
The
The Mulcher. Added a couple of dice.
Or black dice at long
black
range.
dice at long range.
Yep.
It also, I thought, added a couple of dice. But, but yeah.
It did.
It was a Sato without needing
Yeah.
Sato.
It was,
so functionarily, it's pretty much the same as any of our other hero ships. The reason
there was also the Promised, which was a victory I
Yes.
did, and that was it was a victory class 1, but its front arc added 3 blue dice, and then added 2 blue dice on the sides, and then 1 blue dice in the rear.
So functionarily, the hero ships are still the ships that they're a title card for. They just add some bonuses. The main reason that Zim keeps griping about it is because it was an onager. So
No, the main reason I keep griping about it is because I've never fucking killed it.
then you weren't trying hard enough. Because literally,
I never killed
Apparently,
either.
if you get any ships,
you threw your entire fleet at it.
literally, if you
Ah,
get
it
any
didn't
ships in like in close enough, it's just gone.
Well, it also didn't help that you ran Mahdi with it, so it had basically +8 on an onager.
I can't help it that you made me a hero Imperial ship, and that's what happened.
yeah, you can't.
I never got to use my special ship.
No, because you were the one playing Rebels.
I remember you playing. No, I remember you playing a game where you used it.
used the Bear's
I
Den.
didn't. I wasn't able.
Not in the campaign.
Not in the campaign, no,
campaign,
but
yeah.
we did play battles with it, and you
But
left
you-
it in the way back of the map because that's what it did.
That's what it's supposed
that's what
to
it
do.
was supposed to do.
And if anything got too close to it, it was just like run away.
because that's what it was for.
Am I wrong?
Essentially, so
You're
so
not
the
wrong.
ship that we're talking about is called the Bear's Den, and it is
A
a special
quasar.
quasar that can command starfighters from anywhere on the map. It doesn't have to be within a certain
Yep.
range.
Yep. It also got to move, attack, then move again.
Which,
Normally it's attack then move, and
yeah,
that's it.
Yep. Well, you could attack, then move, then attack, then move.
well, but also, the only thing that could do that, I think, would be, or no, starfighters with rogue can just move and then attack. They can do it backwards.
Yes.
So yeah, no other ship could fire and move like it could. So
No, because capital ships have to like anything that is not a fighter, anything that has a class has to attack
Yep.
and then move. There are no actually. There is one. It's a gladiator title. It can attack after moving, but it can only attack a rear hull zone.
oh, okay. But yeah, so the Bears
That's it.
Den had a very unique set of skills, and we only used it in a couple of just like minor battles. Kodiak didn't get to use it
I
for the
will find
campaign.
you, and I will.
To
kill
be
you.
fair though, I got special bombers which I brought every game.
Oh God, those were
Yeah,
evil.
he got a special variant.
You used
So
Reimer with
instead
them
of getting
once.
No, you never
instead
let
of getting
me.
a
Oh
second
wait, did I?
special capital ship, which I think all of us got a second special capital ship except Kodiak, because he got special fighters, which were a variant of the TIE Defender.
What was it? It was 4 black and
I
3
have-
blue, right?
Give me 1 second. I have them.
Yeah,
Oh, he
they're
does.
called
Okay.
Barragan's Defenders. And if you're wondering, yes, we came up with names while we were playing the campaign.
Uh-huh.
It was the anti-squadron was 3 black, 2 blue, and anti-ship was 2 blue or 2 black.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they had bomber.
Yes.
And also,
And then I got a special prototype one, which was 3 black, 3 blue against squadron, and 2 black with ship with rogue and bomber and grit.
and Kodiak would sometimes use these with Major Reimer to give their entire armament.
I never used them with
Really?
Reimer.
I remember you doing
I
it
think
once
you
with
did
Reimer.
once.
I don't think I played it correctly
And then
then.
No, you destroyed one of my ships in like the first
yeah,
turn.
so for anyone who has not played Armada, what Major Reimer does is he is a hero TIE bomber, and his ability says that when he is near a capital ship that other fighters are attacking, they can use their entire battery to attack the capital ship. That includes their anti-squadron armament.
And I remember for the official like tournament rules, they changed it in some way. But for our campaigns, we kept him like that because we wanted to fear the hyper lethal.
Yeah. We wanted to make
I don't know if I ever-
fighters actually scary.
Because I mean, theoretically, a fighter could do that if you're piloted by somebody so intensely skilled like Darth
Well,
Vader.
and fighters would typically use their blaster cannons to try to take out like turrets and stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So it just made more sense.
Not sure if I ever used the prototype's special ability.
No, you did not.
Whenever it attacks, another friendly ship at distance 1 can attack.
No, you never did use
From the
that.
fighter,
Oof.
not ship.
That would have been rough.
Yeah, it is not fun. Hera can make friendly ships move with her.
Yep, she gives them rogue.
So,
But there's another one, and I can't remember if it was a rebel or not. It was a special hero. Besides that, that actually made somebody attack with them.
I know Ahsoka Tano does that.
no, this was before Ahsoka came
That
out.
might be the one. No, that might be
Is
the
it?
one.
Because I think there is.
Yeah, that might be.
I'm trying to remember. I think there is somebody.
She can choose another non-adept fighter and have them move and attack with 2 blue.
Okay. Yeah.
But
That is her
What-
shtick.
so what Kodiak is talking about with Barragan's prototype he actually had a hero variant of his hero TIE defenders. Yes, that makes sense. Called
Yes.
Barrigan's Prototype. It could only die so many times. The Barrigan's defenders were just a regular fighter that he could bring with, but he could only have one of Barrigan's Prototype on the field at any time, and it could only die so many times.
If you can't tell, I like bears.
No, Kodiak, we couldn't
Oh,
tell.
no. No, it's not like your name is Kodiak and that you were Moff Barrigan. No.
Yeah. I like bears. Why? Because they're the kings of the
I like
forest.
bears. Why? Because my cousin is Grizzly.
Yeah, it was a special TIE defender of a
Yes, it
special
was
TIE
the
defender.
special of the special.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with that. I'm thinking about doing some of them on Tabletop Simulator.
I honestly, I know that you said that you wanted to do a lot of the campaign live. I think it would be a lot easier to record doing it on Tabletop Sim.
Oh, no, we're still doing some fucking live sessions. That's whenever I get the fuck back there. Or if you guys are able to actually set up an area and do filming and you can call me. That's also on the table too. Just remember that Josh would probably rather play a physical game
Yes, he
with you
would.
guys.
Yes.
And he's going to be the one commanding a lot of the fleet. And I'm going to
that
be
you both know,
Palpatine through the messenger call going like this with the strings.
Gotta go help put my brother in bed.
Okay.
Be back as soon as I can.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about that. The only reason I want to do it is because I want to toy around with my Oculus. Tabletop Simulator is VR compatible. Yeah. I'm thinking like some of our bigger battles are definitely going to be on that.
Yeah.
If we can, well, it'll have to be a larger like table size. Can you manipulate the table size in that game?
You can manipulate the piece size, so we might not need to make the table huge. I think you can make the table bigger, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know how the table scales to the Legion mod that I found. It probably scales to be exact, like, oh, this is a 6x3. Because we're gonna have some battles that are gonna need to probably be like Warhammer size, the 6x4, or like a 7x4.
I don't know if anybody's going to be that precise that they're going to make it actually 6x3 for a mod for a game.
I don't know. Maybe they do. I really don't know, because the range rulers are all 6 inches apiece. That's actually factored into the rules. So yeah, I'm looking at that like, okay, yeah, for some of the like special battles for terrain I haven't made, because let's face it, I'm not going to be able to make terrain for a while.
Yeah, you're busy.
Makes me sad. I really want to. I've basically completed like half of Tatooine.
Nice.
I got the walls. I got like 2 buildings and some other
the moisture
things.
collectors. And...
I've got some sand dunes. Those have to be painted. Fuck.
So, as kind of like part of the topic here, do we want to go into like some of the Star Wars lore, like lore bits that we know?
Well, we will. I'm kind of just continuing to talk about the campaign. When Kodiak gets back, we can move over to that. Yeah. So more or less, I'm just going over some of the specifics, because I know this will go in through one ear and out the other with the bear. So, going back to basically the core of the game, every turn is decided by 6 battles. They can be in the space, they can be on the ground. They don't have to be invasion matches. They can be invasion matches. We could literally have a battle on a hyperspace way just for a victory card. Or
so then, would an invasion count as 2 battles for a turn then, since it is a space and a ground?
It would actually count
Okay.
as one.
I wasn't sure how we were going to class that.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, that's all. The whole prospect of it is just like, hey, a turn is about a
Okay.
month. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like, I can see like this whole invasion battle taking place, because that's your forces are going to be tied up, and you're not going to want to do anything with those forces until you either like regroup them, or you know, it just depends on how you want to play your faction. Because to start off, each player gets 10,000 points. No, we since we're doing teams, 20,000 points in Legion and 12,000 points in Armada.
But that's split between both players.
That is split between both players.
So effectively, each player gets 6,000 Legion. Or, wait.
6,000 Armada and 10,000 points in Legion. Now, when you like move them between planets, you don't have to say, "Hey, I'm bringing with this many points, and then I got to go back and pick up more points." No. That would be stupid. I mean, it wouldn't be stupid. That's how it would work. But you would say, "Okay, I'm taking this planet. We're gonna move over like 500 points as a garrison in Legion." Um, the Legion is going to be very loose with how we determine
Yeah.
points, but we have to say if we are going to move more points in Legion, and after the initial landing on the planet, a ship does have to return there to like reinforce it if you want.
Okay.
So you can't be like, right, you see somebody heading for the planet and say, "Hey, I'm going to garrison another 2,000 points there." No, you have to land a ship
Yeah.
there. You have to move a fleet there to
Yeah, you have
reinforce
to
it.
move points.
The only time you don't have to worry about that is if you are, let's say it's the beginning of the game and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna start capturing this area. Um, Here's what I'm going to be taking. So, like, I move my fleet to the next planet. I say I'm going to leave 500 points there, and then make my way to the next one. Say I'm going to leave 500 points there. You
Yeah.
know, and then you can keep that spare garrison of points open so that if your fleet battle happens to be invading a planet and you land the adequate number of ships, the adequate style of ships, you can pull from your garrison, so to speak. Um, the only things that are going to be limited on garrisons are going to be special forces units. Wouldn't you agree?
Sorry, I looked away for a second. What was that?
So one of the things that's going to be limited on garrisons are going to be vehicles and special
Yeah, that makes
forces.
sense. Because you wouldn't keep special forces
Um,
tied up like that.
no. And you got to make sure that they can actually,
Do their thing.
you'd probably assign a number to a fleet.
Yeah.
If the fleet gets destroyed and you don't use them, you never used them. They're still there essentially. But like let's say I send out maybe 200 points in special forces with the fleet that's going out, and I send out like 200 points in vehicles. Supports do not count as vehicles. It's just
Yeah,
going to be
heavy
the heavies.
vehicles.
Because I mean, and in that regard, heavies will be regulated but not regulated at the same time. You can only have a certain amount of it in terms of percentages, but depending on how you use your points, if you want to bring like 3 tanks, you can bring three
Yeah.
tanks. You can't be like, hey, I'm gonna sink immediately like 3,000 points into vehicles at the beginning of the game and send like 600 points out with this fleet. That can't happen.
Yeah.
Now, where the real hammer comes down is on the Armada fleets, because you have to build the fleet.
Yeah, and obviously, pretty much the fleets are going to only be so big, essentially.
The only times that you can increase the size, I think, will be over key planets. Maximum fleet size will be, what was it? It was maximum fleet size is probably going to be 1,000 points.
Mm.
Now, if you have your like, that's outside of the main fleet. The main fleets, like you have one of your admirals. Your admiral can command a
I
2,000
think
point fleet.
I think 1,000 points is actually over the amount of ship minis I have.
You also have the entire rebellion to aid you.
I would absolutely have to dip into rebellion ships. Because I think
Yeah.
the amount of CIS minis I
Oh,
have right now, I could probably get 400, 500 maybe.
yeah. Your admiral can command a fleet of 2,000 points. Um, your other admirals that you have under your command can only command a fleet of 1,000
Yeah,
points
the designated
at
admiral can
maximum.
command a larger fleet.
Yes. Your supreme commander can have a command value of 3,000 points.
Yeah, because he is the commander.
Yeah, because come invading a home planet, you're gonna have everything you have everything to your disposal there, and you know. Now, aside from how we run the fleets and everything, um, is what happens when a turn ends. When a turn ends, the planets you have under your control are going to give you an assigned value of additional points. So every 6 battles, turn ends, you get these points. Say I have Kuat, I get an extra 100 points in troop production. Ah, you're playing Jedi Knight. Oh. And let's say Will is controlling Geonosis. Well, he gets a droid production
Yep.
bonus, which he'll have Geonosis in the
Yeah,
beginning.
because
And fuck you, I get it.
Cody
I
because
have
Kodiak
Kuat
has Kamino, so
currently.
I'm just gonna. Hey Kodiak, can I slide right in right here?
And the sad part is, granted, Kodiak does get to use the 212th. He doesn't benefit
He
from the
does
Kamino
not,
bonus.
because he does not have the cloning facility.
If we capture Kamino, Josh would have the Kamino
Yes.
bonus. There are different planets that provide special bonuses. And aside from our core worlds, there will be, I believe, 2 other planets that provide fortresses. And those can be defended like core
Yeah,
worlds.
and Yavin would be one of those, right? Because
I
Yavin has
believe
the
it is.
temple stronghold.
I believe it is, yeah.
Another one being Serrano, because that's where Dooku's castle is.
I think we made
Serrano is
Serrano
my
and
home world, I
Mustafar.
believe.
You're gonna have to pick where you guys want your core world to be.
I would say probably
Our,
Kamino or Geonosis.
yeah, ours is painfully
Yeah,
obvious.
yours has to be Coruscant. I mean,
This is true.
but Josh wants it to be Mustafar.
Now you do have to, if we have a fight, and let's say you guys send a fleet up to fight me, you can do that. Like You're going to be commanding your
Yeah.
own fleets. So when it comes to a turn, it's both of you actually, as it passes around, one person will move a ship or a fleet to a new location if they want to. So the winner of the battle is the winner of our like introduction battle is going to be the team that goes first. Seem fair?
Yeah.
So let's say you guys win. So you decide which one of you is going to send out their fleet first. You got to make sure that you have your Armada fleet built and the points written down as to what they are, and you say this is that fleet and this is where it's going. You mark that with on the pegboard I built, and then it goes over to us, and Josh is going to move a fleet. Then it goes back over to you. Kodiak moves a fleet. Then back over to me. I move a fleet, and we keep going in that order until somebody initiates a battle.
There's not going to be a lot of battling
So
in
that's
the first turn, essentially.
the first turn is literally just all movement.
Because there's actually no way for us to actively engage each other until at least the second turn minimum.
No. We'll have to engage. Remember, the turn ends when you've completed 6 battles.
So actually, then there won't really be a turn 2 until we are many movements into it.
Oh yeah. The first turn will solely be movements and then just an eruption of battle.
And we are going to be moving for a while before we get to that.
Well, yeah, it'll probably be. We'll probably sit down and we could probably sit down and film the movements too for the first fleet battle. Just meet together, and we could record the movements of the fleets. We don't have to do the battles right away, but we could go to the point where we're about to battle, and then pick up the battle there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so yeah, I've been brushing up on a whole bunch of like Star Wars lore because they're talking about doing there was mention of an Old Republic movie. I'm excited for that. But the one thing that I've been absolutely thrilled about is that they're kind of making the motions towards an Admiral Thrawn trilogy.
Which would be very cool.
Because they set up Mount Tannis in Bad Batch. That was the end of season 1.
Well, I mean,
they
that
went
and
there.
I'm pretty sure have cast an Admiral Thrawn.
They have cast an Admiral Thrawn. Now, whether or not he was going to be in a movie trilogy was still up for debate. I mean, they're kind of pushing towards it. He is going to be in the
I was going to say, the
series,
tie-in might be for the Ahsoka series. Because they do like tying those things
he's
together.
going to tie in. Yeah, because, I mean, Moff Gideon was basically his puppet.
Pretty much.
Let's be blunt. I was just like, everybody liked Moff Gideon, and I'm just like, that dude's like a child throwing a tantrum compared to Grand Moff Tarkin.
Would like Moff Gideon. But then again, there are people who don't know about Tarkin. Tarkin or Thrawn.
Sorry.
Either one of them.
Well, Tarkin's just a fucking beast.
Like, there are people who don't explicitly know about them, so I kind of understand if that's why they like Gideon. But if you know...
Well, Moff Gideon's cool because he had the dark saber and these robots.
Yeah,
those
he had Thrawn's robots.
Those were Thrawn's robots. Yeah, he had Thrawn's robots.
That's just one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, but...
Oh yeah, he's cool. He has the dark saber. Well, Thrawn was literally able to do hand-to-hand combat with 3 dark troopers. Uh, what do you got?
I mean, yeah, he's got the dark saber, but he doesn't wield it like anybody who actually knows how to use a saber.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, he got beat by the Mando, and I'm just sitting here like, the Mando really doesn't have much combat experience against blade to blade fighting, aside from trying to keep himself alive from against Ahsoka Tano.
well, I mean, there's that, and there's also the oh, what's her name? The queen of the one planet where he got the Beskar spear.
Some sort of fucking government
Yeah,
official. I don't
whatever
remember.
her name was. He also did some weapons combat there.
Another puppet of Thrawn.
But
Yeah, but
yeah,
not.
like
I mean,
he
you're not.
it's not like he was trained for the shit.
Yeah, if Ahsoka Tano was trying to kill him, she'd kill him.
Absolutely.
She's killed more Mandalorians in less time than it took for them to fight. I'm thinking back to like season 7 in the Clone Wars, where she immediately beheads 4 of the Death Watch, and I'm just sitting here like, that's brutal.
Yeah, it
That's messed up.
I don't understand people actually liking Gideon. Like I'm not one of those people though that's like, "Oh, I just don't like him because he was the villain." I don't like him because
Well,
he
I don't
wasn't
like the
a
character. I absolutely love the
yeah,
actor.
a great actor, just not any reason to like the character.
Personally, I liked him in Breaking Bad as Gus. Before he got his face half melted off and died.
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
That's a good show. It's it was like, I think that was like the end of when I was interested in TV. This Breaking Bad was like the last like really good show that I loved.
Breaking Bad wasn't
I
actually on
remember
TV.
I only got
No, it was on
yeah, it
Netflix.
was. No, it wasn't. It
Was
was
it?
on TV first.
I only remember ever hearing about
Yes.
it when it was on Netflix.
Well, that's because it got really big at the end of its run, and then it
Uh,
got picked up by Netflix. Yeah, because it was a really good show. Um, I watched it. I think I stopped like season 3 or so. I haven't picked it back up. I still absolutely adore it, and I know how the story goes and how it ends. I've seen too many clips and spoilers, but overall, great story. The only one I ever watched was the other one that I was really into. I watched The Walking Dead up until about season
I
4. Then they
I
killed the
don't
governor.
understand how shows like that can have that many seasons.
No, no, no. I mean, like for me, I stopped watching when they killed the governor because he was a great villain, absolutely wonderful villain. There were like plot twists in that show that shocked me, and I was just sitting here like, oh man, this
There
dude's
are some
fucked up.
shows where I would like them to have more. There are other shows where I'm just like, how did you go past 2 seasons?
Yes, and I remember what was it? The guy who played the governor played in a Doctor Who episode, and I'm just like, you are not that cheerful. Because I watched it, I saw him in The Walking Dead before I saw him in that Doctor Who special, and that was one with David Tennant, and I didn't really recognize him at the time. And then I'm going back rewatching it, I'm just like, oh my god, that's the sadistic fuck. Remember when he met that dude who thought he was the Doctor, and they were going after the Cybermen, and it was like Industrial Revolution Britain.
Was that the Master? No.
No, no, it was
Oh,
literally a
I
one-off.
might not have seen that episode then. I haven't seen like every episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, but
I know there are a lot of good episodes.
it's okay. I haven't actually seen all of Matt
I
Smith's
have seen
episodes,
quite a few of
and
his
I haven't
episodes.
seen
I
all
haven't
of them.
seen all of them though.
I remember watching the first season with Matt Smith, and then I never had
Uh,
cable TV after
I
that.
would always catch them on PBS up here. Would actually play rerun episodes on Saturdays.
Huh.
So
I remember it was kind of a it was a routine. My grandmother and I absolutely loved Doctor Who, and I remember she got me in when Christopher Eccleston had
ooh,
just started up, and we sat down and we watched it start up again, and we watched all the way through David Tennant. I remember watching every single one
which one was
with my
Christopher
grandmother.
Eccleston? Was he
Very fond
the
memories.
tall lanky guy?
He was the first one of the new reboot.
So the first one that was in color, or not in color, but
Yeah. Well, no. The first one that was done in the 2000s.
I think that's the guy that I'm thinking about. I would have to look up the information.
He's got like dopey
Yeah,
ears.
he's got real
He's
big
got big
ears and
ears.
he's got really short hair on his head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got like a buzz cut.
Okay.
That's him.
That is the guy I was thinking about then.
Absolutely
He was
love
a good
that.
doctor. I
just like,
vividly
hey.
remember Mickey putting his hands on a trash can and getting pulled into it.
Oh yeah, that was in the
'Cause it was
first
just
episode
like-
too.
Oh, well, that happened. Sure.
Well, this is your return to television. Man gets eaten by a dumpster.
Man gets
what have we
eaten
come
by
to?
standing trash can. Oh, that's a thing.
Burp.
It did,
He
yeah.
burped too. No, what was funny was they had the rubber clone of him out there, and somebody knocked his head off, and I was just like, oh god.
No, David Tennant is still my favorite doctor of the doctors. I've even watched some of the much older
Oh,
episodes, and I still really like David Tennant because he made
Oh,
a
yeah.
very good. He does. I don't want to say he does crazy people well, but crazy people is kind of what David Tennant do. Not that the doctor is. Not that the doctor
he's
is
good at it.
crazy, but he's that kind of genius where you think he's insane.
Well, he did. I mean, he plays
He
a really
does,
good
yeah.
bad
The
guy.
Prisoner of Azkaban is evidence to that.
Prisoner of Azkaban. He played the Purple Man in
I have
Jessica
not seen
Jones. He does do that. He is the evil scientist on Ark. Not really evil. He becomes
Yeah.
very evil.
No,
Actually, he is a voiceover in Ark Genesis
Okay.
Chapter 2. You get to meet his character, or what's left of him.
fair enough.
Because I remember Neebs went and did their intro to Genesis, and I'm listening to the cutscene in the beginning. I'm just like, that's David Tennant.
There's other things that he's voiced.
Like I understand Scrooge McDuck wherever
he was
is.
also in Rooster Teeth's Genlock.
I
It
never
actually
watched that.
wasn't terrible, but I haven't watched since like episode 5 or something.
Yeah, I don't need to go back to Rooster Teeth. I've checked out.
I mean, I watch Tube Thunder every now and again, but
I just stopped. I just can't. It might just me not being able to get the humor anymore. But I don't. Yeah, I don't. I tried. Like they had their new world on Minecraft, and I tried tuning in for the first episode, and I tried watching it. That's my best explanation. And it's not that I got upset at anything. It's just that it wasn't like it was like with the Days of
Ray
Ray.
was actually back for an episode just recently.
I know. He's come back. He's done some stuff recently. But with the current current climate on everything in terms of social media. You can't. Yeah. Not as many jokes can be made. There's a lot of censorship.
I
But that's just the way that things are moving, and I don't need to complain about that because all I like to do is play board games.
okay then. No, I I personally don't hold it against them, but like,
No, as soon as they got bought out by AT&T, they had a standard to uphold based on what their employers wanted them to do. They in short, they sold out.
yeah, but I genuinely don't hold that against them. Much like I don't hold against any of the people who have made Warhammer games what Games Workshop is doing right now. I don't hold that against them either.
Oh no, I don't. No,
Because it's
I don't
like
hold
it's
that
not
against them
their
either. But
fault. They
they're
have kind of been told to.
they they are the ones that are still writing their content and are um are going down that area. And it's just like I could break down um like what they what Ruby started off as and what it turned into. I don't want to open up that can of worms right now.
Well, then I don't think it's
Uh,
worth opening up.
I'm sorry. No, no, it's not. I had such high hopes for it too. And it's just my personal opinion. I kind of fell out of it. Now I have YouTube Premium, and I'll probably end up watching the rest of it. I just kind of fell off after season 4. Like I was like 3 episodes in season 5, and I'm just like, and then I forgot about it.
I I don't feel like stuff really needs to be justified. People have their reasons for liking or not liking something. But at the same time, there are reasons like with what companies do that is what makes it what it is.
Well, yeah, look at it this way. In terms of the storyline, the meme, well, that escalated quickly, is a perfect explanation for that show. Let's think about it. Uh, like right after Monty passed, it went from them being into high school, uh, to them immediately dealing with the overall cosmic horror of the world in like 4 episodes.
I did not watch that far into
That's
it.
fine. You don't need to. I killed off my favorite character. I was just like, damn it! But it made John my favorite character after that because they actually had some compelling writing behind him. It's pretty much just like the only reason I kept watching was because of him
I don't think I've ever watched
and
a
the
show just
character
because
that.
of one character.
No, it wasn't just because of him. They had a great they had great dialogue revolving around that character. And then they also had Michael Jones's character, who was like the basically Sun Wukong. Same name too. Anyway, they had him in there, and his character and his story, following in season 4, like really erupted, and it was a really good story. And then after that, I just started falling off because
I don't know.
eh.
I am a very easygoing person when it comes to people and their content, but that's mainly because like I more appreciate what actually like goes into making something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's a new standard when it comes to animated webtoons. Look at Hell of a Boss and Has Been
I
Motel.
don't have a need to compare it to other things when I'm just trying to watch that one thing. They
No,
are
no,
very
no. But
good
those
though,
are so
yeah.
good. They are very good, and I'm just like, that is impressive from basically a small
Yeah.
YouTube studio, and that's what they are. I'm just like, please don't change the formula, but make it grow.
Now,
Like the formula, the basis of it is wonderful, and you can make so much grow out of that. Just
I
don't
wonder where
change the formula, because the
I wonder where
formula
they're
is what made it
actually
work.
like showing Hell of a Boss, or not Hell of a Boss, but Husband Hotel.
I think they're still
Really,
working
because
on it.
I keep seeing things about episodes, but I haven't seen anything like on VivziePop's channel.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on there either. Oh, so
Going back to
going
Star
back
Wars, which is
to
the actual topic.
yeah, going back to Star Wars. I was looking at some of the videos, and I'm thinking about different people that we can include in the campaign for it. I thought about having somebody play like a custom faction of Tusken Raiders
And
if
Tusken
we
Raiders
do
would be cool.
Tatooine. Well, I can imagine them like maybe um they'd probably be like what, white defense guys.
And they might
I mean, they
actually
don't
fire
wear.
a red with the cycler rifle.
I would actually um say 4 blacks at range 1 to infinite because
That is
they are
fair.
really good shots. The squad would be, a black a rifle. There's 4 miniatures in the squad.
Yeah. See, that's why I was thinking. That's
Soon
why
they'll
I
be
was
back
thinking
in
a red,
greater numbers.
because isn't red the best attack die?
Well, red is the best attack dice, but the trade-off is that they are
Ah,
range
fair
1 to
enough.
infinite, and let's face it, they get some pretty good shots off on
Hmm.
screen.
But then with scout troopers being
They
2
do.
black, do we really want to give them only 1 black? With cycler rifles,
Yeah,
whose slugs are known to
yeah,
penetrate better than blaster bolts.
because okay, it's 4 of them.
Yeah, but you could take a
4 of them
squad of
firing
scout
together
troopers for 4 of
for
them.
less for it would be less points than the scout troopers because you have to run a scout trooper strike team with the sniper rifle, and that's about 50 points. Then
They
you're
should
only
also have
getting
gaffy
2.
sticks for melee.
Oh yeah.
Probably like a 2 black melee.
They're either really good at long range or really close.
Yeah,
We're really
probably
good
like
at
a
up
2 black
close.
melee.
Yeah, I'd say 2 black is good. Yeah, I mean, like you could probably do Ewoks. Ewoks would have to be
Would there
insanely cheap
be
though,
native
because
Wookiees?
the actual combat effective the actual combat effectiveness
No.
of Ewoks is
Would
not
there
that
be
high.
native Wookiees on Kashyyyk?
Why not?
I just wasn't sure if you would want to put in native Wookiees, considering that we already have Wookiee warriors.
We could have somebody come in and do like native Wookiees. That would be taken into account with your garrison there though. So I mean, you can't just have if an Imperial was invading there and there were ground forces there, they would also take into account that the Wookiees hate the Imperials for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
mostly including slavery. And death
Slavery
camps.
and death camps. Yay.
Death camps.
It's beautiful. I've looked at it for 5 hours now.
Oh god. No. No.
Emperor Palpatine. It's beautiful. I've looked at it for 5 hours now.
Oh, that would be really bad.
Well, yeah, it would be Palpatine. He's kind of the lord of really bad.
He is. Ugh. I'd like to see I'd like to see a Qui-Gon Jinn in this
That would be cool.
in Legion. Probably be like more of like Yoda's force powers. You know how he's there and he has all the force abilities. So I wouldn't pin his lightsaber
No,
as
no.
amazing.
He uses the power stance, but
No,
I don't think that he is actually an amazing lightsaber combatant.
well, I'm taking into account that he wasn't there for the Clone Wars on account of him being a
On account of
Force
him
ghost and
being
all.
kind of dead.
Um, kind of a Force ghost. But the fact that he was like really in tune with the Force, he should probably have like what if we gave him like Arsenal, but he had like 3 Force abilities? So he could like you give him Arsenal 2, and he could choose 2 of the Force abilities, and do that
I was gonna say,
for
aren't
his
the force
action.
abilities like
For
just action cards?
no, 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 like how Yoda has Force Pulse.
I haven't seen Yoda.
Anyway, it's like a range 1 to 2. It has like scatter. Um, like it's like 2 red, and you can use it on a unit, and it has like scatter and blast. But like things like that.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a force user than a.
Like he'd be a little bit over 100, between like 100 and 130, and he'd be more like a battlefield manipulation than he would be
Yeah.
for direct combat. Like force push and force pull would be in his arsenal, and then he'd have his lightsaber, and then he could use like saber throw or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mastery of the force would probably make a lot
Yeah,
of sense on him. I think I'd actually pin him as
I would
mastery of
too,
the
yeah.
force too.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because he wouldn't need to be, and he would not be a combat guy at all. But he could be up with soldiers and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna like basically force push those guys out of cover, or I'm gonna pull this guy closer to me, or I'm gonna stop my troops with or stop rounds hitting my
Yeah,
troops with a barrier." It's like
it just
force
force
stuff.
things.
Yeah, just force things, man. And it would be really cool to have I want to see if I can commission somebody on Fiverr to make a 3D blueprint in Legion scale of Qui-Gon Jinn. Then we can have Tony print it. Because if we own the rights to it, then we can legally do that.
Yeah.
That's how the law works. Oh. Are there any interesting separatist characters you want to see?
I wouldn't mind seeing like oh, what's her name? Zamwissel. I think she could be cool in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Zam?
I think she could be
Okay.
very cool as a character. She would have the change. We would have to find something to do with her being a changeling, though. I think that could be a cool ability, like
Oh,
give
I
her
guess.
infiltrate or something.
Well,
Give
yeah.
her a special kind of infiltrate where she can be within range 2 instead of range 3.
I want to see the
That
Bad
would be
Batch
cool,
in
yeah.
Legion.
There aren't a lot of people that I would like to see in Legion, although I would absolutely like to see the Magna Guard be Grievous's entourage.
I think they were thinking about doing that, but I don't
They
think they
need
were
to,
going to
though.
make him his entourage.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
they
should
should,
they
and
should
it would
errata
it
Grievous
probably
to
would
have
happen.
entourage Magna Guard.
Yeah, it probably would happen too. They would probably reprint it just so that
Because
they
it
could
only
do
makes
that.
sense. They are with him everywhere.
Ugh. I mean, you guys could have Death Watch.
Yeah, I suppose they are technically rebels. Oh, are they?
Well, they're separatists, actually. Oh, they're very
Oh,
extremist for separatists.
I didn't know if they were actually separatists because wasn't it Maul controlling them?
No, this was. I mean, before Maul came into the picture, it was all the separatists, and they were just
Yep, they were them.
the beginning of the Death Watch. They were brutal. And I liked all the scenes because it's funny. In the first appearance of Death Watch, it was voiced by John
Nice.
Farvo. It was the Pre Vizsla was
Nice.
voiced by John Farvo, and the whole like Dark Saber storyline is just like that's John Farvo's storyline, to be honest.
I don't know. I think I've heard about the Darksaber before the Clone Wars.
Well, they had the tidbits in they had the tidbits about the Dark Saber in
Yeah.
the Old Republic. That's where it came from, because it was Ta Vizsla that was the first Mandalorian
Yeah.
Jedi, who was Pre Vizsla's ancestor. That was the backstory, and then Dave Filoni gave the Dark Saber new life in all the current franchises. Which is cool. I was gone. I was cheering when they had Gideon come out of the TIE fighter with the dark saber originally in
Yeah.
the season 1 of Mandalorian. That was a cool moment for me. I was just like, oh,
That's the
that bitch is
Darksaber.
dead.
I know what that is.
Oh boy. Oh wait, are they actually going back to? Oh god, they're going
What's
back
happening?
to Kamino. Okay. No, nothing. We'll talk about it later. Let's see. I am looking for I am looking forward to seeing where they go with their new stuff. And more particularly, I want to know where they're going to focus if they do an Old Republic movie. Like where or when they're going to
Yeah,
focus.
that's a good point. Because they can make it somewhere like Terrace.
All I
Would actually make sense.
I'm thinking like I just want to see an army of Sith fight an army of Jedi. That's the only thing on that list that I want. You throw the plot out the window. Maybe throwing a little Keanu
I
Reeves
am
as
only
Darth Revan.
here because I want to see violence.
Fuck trade negotiations. Kill each other. Oh, yeah, just it's like, oh, so why'd you come to see this new Star Wars movie?
And
Keanu
violence.
Reeves and basically an on-screen reenactment of what I did in my bedroom with the little
I
Star
don't
Wars
think
figures
people
as a
on the
child.
podcast need to hear about what you did in your bedroom with Star Wars figures.
What? I played war. Didn't every other boy with Star Wars
That's
toys play
not-
war? I
That's
mean, I
not where
had
was
2
going with that.
AT-ATs. I know, you were dirty.
Didn't every boy is dirty?
You were dirty.
But anyway,
No,
yeah, I find it funny that you're just like, you know what? I want it because I want a lightsaber scene.
yeah. I just want to watch it. Yeah. They could do it about what were they?
Revenants?
The not the Revenites. They could do the
The Eternal
the
Empire.
Eternal Empire
That would
too.
be very cool. I really like
That
the
would be
armor
that
that
would
the
be a
Eternal
cool
Empire
storyline.
Crusaders have. That kind of gold plate
Oh
mail,
yeah.
essentially.
Like, even if you're doing a movie on that period, you could focus on the bad guys, and
Oh
you
yeah,
could have an incredibly compelling story. A movie does not have to be, especially a Star Wars movie, does
just
not have to be
don't
about the good guys.
try to say that something is exactly how it is. Like,
I don't
don't
get it.
try to rewrite the existing lore. Because that
Yeah.
is how you lose people.
You know what I would also
Like,
you ever read the Darth Vader comics?
I've heard read-throughs of the more recent Darth Vader comics.
Not the one with the bullshit with Kira being Maul's apprentice and all that. No, that's crap. I'm talking like it was I think it was a 21
Yeah, that was
issue
just called
run,
Darth Vader.
and yeah, it was Darth Vader. It was him right after the formation of the Empire, how he built his temple
Yeah,
or
with the
his
mask
castle
of
on
the
Mustafar, all
Sith
that stuff.
architect.
Yeah,
That'd be
that
very
would be an
cool.
incredible movie. Because I mean, he went down. That showed him fighting his first Jedi. Showed him building his lightsaber. All the
Going
like
against those
the interesting
assassins that
stuff
were sent
about
after
the
him by Sidious.
yes.
Wasn't it?
No, that was actually partially because of Sidious, yes, but because of this whole trade deal he had to oversee with this king, and then he killed the king's son
Yeah,
right
but
in front of him.
I thought that it was Sidious who had sent the assassins, though. Because it was supposed to be like a test for Vader.
Oh yeah, 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 and I'm just like that. That's
It would be
a good
very
story.
cool to have, like, just a Vader lore film.
And when he burned up, yeah, when he burned up Padme's ship, and I'm just like, yeah, that's he
Yeah.
really hates himself.
It would be very cool to have a lore,
Now that
just like lore films, honestly. There's so much Star Wars lore.
well, you can't just go out and pick up
No,
any
but
of
it's
them
gotta
and then
it's
make
gotta be
that
a
into a
good
movie.
story.
Because I
But
mean, yeah, you don't want to. I mean, you could pick up the Vader story, but that seems more like it'd be. I mean, it'd be cool to see that on screen, but thinking about it, it'd probably be better as like a couple episode
yeah,
anthology.
I can see that.
Not like a movie.
No.
Definitely not. But just like a couple episode anthology, just like, hey, this is
Or if somebody wanted to
kind of
do
what he
like
did after
a
it.
fan
I'd be
film
like,
on
I'd
YouTube,
watch that
I think it could be
Star Wars
very
theory.
cool.
Woo! Did you see the one by Star
Not
Wars Theory?
sure.
You should,
Have you
because
seen
he
any of?
did.
Hold on, I need to.
It turned out great. He even got Samuel
I need to
Kim to
check
do
this
music for him.
out because I have seen quite a few fan films by. Right, that's the name of it. Have you seen any by Locher Films? Locher does some very good work with essentially on-screen battlefields kind of thing. they're very good at like the soldier aspect of it. Like, what would a soldier from this universe look like? What would they be doing? How would they feel about what they're doing?
So this one was yeah, this one is done by Star Wars Theory. It's literally just called Vader. Episode 1 was Shards of the Past. And then his second one that he's working on, because he's pouring his own money into this. That's what he has to do.
Oh yeah.
Can't be
And I don't
monetized.
think any of the Star Wars stuff can
All that
actually
shit.
be
And then,
monetized. But
well, he can
yeah,
claim like Patreon stuff on like his other stuff for like lore,
no.
but not for like the
And
fan
I feel
films.
like that's kind of where Games Workshop should have gone. Was just saying, hey, you can't monetize
Yeah,
it instead of
because
hey, you can't make it.
his second episode is going to have Mace basically Mace Windu return and attempt to kill Vader on Naboo.
That'd be cool.
That's that's the other one. And he posted the kind of like proposal for like what, almost a year ago now. But he did such great work on it. And then he even got Samuel Kim to help him with the music on it, and I fucking love his music. Oh, I think we're getting close to the
I
end
think
of our
we are,
podcast time, and I
yeah. And
feel
I kind
bad
of
that
feel
the
bad
bear
that we
has
haven't
not
really
rejoined
gone
us.
into lore at all. We might have to do a part 2 to the old Star Wars podcast.
Well,
Because
we
there
can
is
definitely do
a
a part
lot
2.
of lore that we could
We
go
can
through.
return. We're gonna be fucking talking about this, especially after our big match. Is like literally, um, a week from Saturday, we're holding that game. It's gonna be on September 11th. Um, we'll take a moment of silence there. Um, so yeah, it will be September 11th, and then we're gonna be returning to the podcast on the 15th, and we'll probably have some follow up stuff. We'll probably talk about our initial thoughts of the campaign match.
And lore
So
bits. Because lore
we'll
bits
see.
are fun.
Oh yeah, I like talking lore. We'll each come
Yeah.
back with our own favorite bits of lore, because my personal favorite bits were like mostly around Plagueis and Palpatine in the early days, which was I love that.
I
It's like cool. You can have all the big Sith, like I'm gonna eat a planet, or I'm gonna make a super weapon, or I'm gonna do this. Now these two were just two gangsters just trying to play the entire
if
Galactic
if we're not
Republic.
doing like faction specific, then the bits of lore that I most enjoy are typically like Sith artifacts. So like the mask of that Sith architect who helped build Vader's castle and like stuff like that. The Sith artifacts are all
Yep.
very cool. Some of them are absolutely horrifying, but they're very cool. The Staff of Ragnos,
Oh yeah.
which could suck the dark force energy out of an area and then redirect it as a concentrated beam. Like, there's some very cool
Neat.
Sith artifacts. Yeah.
Nice.
What?
Yeah. Darth Vader's
Ah,
lo-fi
yeah.
beats to study and
No,
relax to.
it should be Darth Vader's lo-fi beats to study and kill younglings too.
Probably. Probably.
All right. Yeah,
All right.
I think it's a safe bet to call it here. Unfortunately, the bear will not be signing off with us, but that
Yeah,
is
so
okay.
Yeah, we will return.
And the video is
Um,
ended
I,
anyways.
is it my choice on Friday? Oh no, we didn't do anything
Up,
on Friday.
hold on,
We need to.
hold on. It is currently playing a Game Grumps intro. We don't own that. That's okay.
What?
Oh, it started up
What
on
did it do?
autoplay because we ran over the time. Uh,
Ran over what time?
we
Oh, hi
went
Josh.
we went past how long the video was that I was playing in the background.
Oh,
Yeah, which is okay because we were
wonderful.
signing off.
Josh, you have your microphone muted.
Yeah, I see that.
He joined the
There
call.
he is.
Hey.
We were actually just signing out of the podcast.
Okay,
You're all
I'm
good,
sorry, I
Josh.
fell asleep.
No problem. I have a question for you, sir. Are you gonna have next Saturday off?
Yeah,
You will?
yeah.
Okay. So we wanted to film the opening battle for the
Oh, we're
campaign
filming
next
it?
Saturday.
All right.
We're filming on
Yeah.
9/11. Oh, okay.
It's
All
not
right,
gonna be
well,
live.
we should probably close the podcast, huh?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought you
All
closed
right.
it.
We'll catch you everybody later. Hope you have a good night, day, whatever the hell it is for you. See ya.